Guys, so Predator, last month was Predator's 30th anniversary, and I completely missed out on it. And then I put up a thing on Facebook. I was like, hey, even though it's late, if you guys want to see a review of Predator, if I get at least one like or comment, that it would happen. And I got a like. So this is happening. Predator is directed by the guy who would go on to direct Die Hard a few years later, and it tells the story of this group of soldiers. They go into the jungle to find someone, and then they end up running into this alien hunter known as the Predator. And what I'm going to first off say what I love about this movie the most is the fact that it starts out as your typical jungle warfare movie where you have a bunch of soldiers in the jungle fighting off other soldiers that are bad guys, and you don't really get a hint of the sci-fi elements until probably, I think, like halfway through the movie is when it starts, and it slowly kind of builds to it. You get like subtle hints of the Predator being there, and then by the end it just goes all in. And I gotta say, my favorite part of this movie was just the last like 30 minutes when Arnold is alone in the jungle facing off against this Predator. Favorite part of the movie. It was just so great because it has really great acting by Arnold. The Predator is just an intimidating and scary looking creature. And it was kind of cool to see Arnold doing all this stuff, laying traps, building tools, just all this stuff trying to outsmart and fight the Predator. And so at the end, when all is said and done, it feels a lot more earned when it ends. And I gotta say, I can't believe I have never seen this movie. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Up until this point, I had never seen Predator. So I watched it for the first time last night before recording this review, and it blew me away. I mean, it's not that I haven't seen a Predator movie before. I've seen bits and pieces of Predator 2, and I saw the newest Predators movie. I just haven't... I've seen, like, clips and bits from this one, like, "Go! Get to the chopper!" And, "You are one ugly mother." You know. So... little things like that I have seen. I just, I'd never seen the movie in full. And I'm really glad that I did, because this is just one of the best sci-fi movies I've seen in a while. It's one of the best war movies I've seen in a while. And it's nice to have new Arnold stuff, because, you know... And I'm not saying I don't love the Terminator movies, but it's like... It's kind of just weird, like, because that's really the only stuff I've seen Arnold in. I think I've seen Kindergarten Cop a few times. That's about it. So, it's just different, I guess, to see him in more stuff, and I haven't really gone out of my way to see any of his other movies, so it was kind of neat to finally get around to it. So now I guess I gotta see Commando and Twins, and what else? Can't think of any other movies he's been in other than Terminator, Commando, and Predator, and Kindergarten Cop, and Twins. Anyways, I gotta say, one of the most impressive bits of this movie is the action. Like, the jungle warfare stuff, that's all great, but when Arnold and the Predator facing off, that's also incredible. And one of the biggest praises I have to give this movie is the actual Predator itself. You have, I believe his name is Kevin Peter Hall, is the actor who was actually like wearing the Predator suit. He's like this 7-foot tall dude wearing all this like heavy makeup and armor and stuff, and he's got like the face stuff underneath, and props to him, because I'm pretty sure they actually like went to a real jungle and filmed this. So the fact that that stuff probably weighed a lot and was probably really hot underneath, wow, great job. And he does a great job. I mean, he doesn't really have to do much. He just kind of has to walk around and pretend to kill people, and then, you know, he takes off the mask and he's got that going on, and yeah, that's a great Predator impression. And I gotta say, the reveal, even though I know what the Predator looks like, just based off the fact that this movie is 30 years old and Predator has been a part of pop culture for 30 years, it was still really cool. Like, the first reveal, I still was not, I don't know what it was, but like when the Predator's first revealed and he takes the mask off and he's got, it still hit me in a weird way. It was like the reveal still impacted me. Even though I already know the scene and the character and the look and everything, it was still really impactful. And that is one of the biggest props I can give this movie for effectiveness, is that even though I already know what it looks like, it still shocked me. And it was still better than the original concept for the Predator. If you guys have seen what the original Predator was supposed to look like, yeah, I don't think we would have been getting an Alien vs. Predator if we had that version of the Predator. But, yeah, I think that's really all I have to say. The supporting cast is pretty good. You got Carl Weathers in here. Shane Black is in here as Hawkins. And he's directing the new Predator movie that's coming out in August next year. And I'm really looking forward to that. I was actually going to review this movie before that movie came out, but then I was like, well, 30th anniversary, I might just see if people would be interested in seeing me review this. And, of course, I did. So, before the new Predator comes out, I will be reviewing Predator 2 and Predators. So, yeah. But I am gonna give Predator an A. I'm only knocking down a couple of points just because, while I did basically sing praises to this movie, there's some hokey dialogue, some of the effects don't hold up as well anymore, but, I mean, I guess that's to be expected when this is a movie that came out in 1984, I think. Or 1985. It's one of the two. So, yeah, there were just some parts of it that weren't as incredible, but overall the movie is great. But let me know in the comments what you think of Predator if you've seen it, and thank you guys for watching. Bye.